Hello everyone, welcome to the classroom of pharmaceutical chemistry through. So we are studying about the sulfonamide. So in this sulfonamide topic, we have studied about the introduction about sulfonamide, the mechanism of action about sulfonamide, their classification of drugs, and their normal use. So as we have seen that sulfonamides are generally sulfur containing compounds or antibiotic, generally known as sulfur drugs. And these sulfur drugs are generally act as bacteriostatic agent that stop the growth of bacteria by involving in the DNA synthesis of bacteria by blocking the enzyme of dihydropteroid synthesis or dihydrofolate synthesis that synthetase that involved in the synthesis of folic acid. So the folic acid or folate, it is the important compound in physiological system that transfer one carbon atom in purine basis in the DNA synthesis or purine biosynthesis. So, as we have seen, the some important individual compound of sulfonamide structure. So today we are going to end this class by knowing the two important individual compounds of sulfonamide, that is sulfacetamide as well as 4-trimoxazole. So let's start today's topic, sulfacetamide. As we have seen that the structure has been given in the slide. So in your syllabus, the structure is given. So sulfonamide, at one end, the basic structure of sulfonamide you have studied or you have remembered that it have the aromatic ring with amino group along with the sulfamoyl group. So sulfamoyl group as well as there are acetamide. Acetamide group is CH3CONH2 is known as acetamide. So sulfur plus acetamide is equals to sulfacetamide. So it is available in the sodium salt. So red color here, it is indicating the sodium salt, and sodium salt are generally water soluble. So there were water is indicated in the structure. So in terms of IUPAC name, this is that is N bracket 4-aminophenyl sulfonyl acetamide. So this is the parent structure is sulfonyl acetamide. So sulfonyl acetamide is this moiety, that is acetamide, along with the sulfamoyl group is sulfonyl acetamide. Along with that there is a 4-aminophenyl group. So this is amino, that position is 4 in the phenyl group. So that is 4-aminophenyl sulfonyl acetamide. And when there is N indicates to the amino group or any derivative of amine, and the sulfonyl acetamide, that is adhere to the nitrogen. That's the name is N-4-aminophenyl sulfonyl acetamide. So let's talk about the brand name. This is available in Blephamide, Sumal, Sulmadine, Cysteine, Locula, Oves Plus, and sometimes already available in generic form also. So sulfacetamide is a generic name. You can write sulfacetamide ointment or sulfacetamide gel, that is already very useful in ocular infection as an ophthalmic product to prevent the infection of eye. So sulfacetamide is categorized under the special purpose sulfonamide that is used for eye infection. So in terms of dosage form, as it is useful for eye preparation or ophthalmic preparation, so they are available in eye drop, lotion, solution, suspension, cream, etc. In terms of uses, they are used as bacteriostatic agent to treat conjunctivitis. So this is conjunctivitis, as I have mentioned earlier, that when there is itis, so that is inflammation of any parts. So conjunctivitis is the inflammation of conjunctiva. So conjunctiva is present in your eye. So this is preventable dosage form for treating of inflammation in your eye conjunctiva. As along with that, it is used as topical for scaling dermatose, seborrheic dermatitis. So these are some dermatological inflammation and dermatological condition where skin patches are seen, as well as seborrheic dermatitis is a kind of dermal infection where there is a if the sweat is come, then there were the fungal infection. From this fungal infection, the scaly patches were seen over the skin, and which can be treated by the use of drug sulfacetamide. Along with that, it is also used for treating vaginitis, that is a kind of UTI, that is urinary tract infection. It's the vaginal infection, inflammation. Uh, Along with that, it is used for keratitis also. Keratitis is also inflammation as there is titis. So keratitis is a inflammation of cornea that is also available in eye. So this is special purpose antibiotic, that is sulfonamide, used for ophthalmic preparation only, and mainly ophthalmic preparation. In terms of properties, they are white crystalline powder having a mass of 214 gram per mole. So see, if you have the structure in front of you and if you know the molecular formula, you can calculate the mass by simple putting the atomic weight of each atom present in the molecule. So in terms of melting point, this is 183 degrees centigrade, and in terms of solubility, this is soluble in water, and this is soluble in water, so the compound is very much polar, and it is soluble in alcohol also. In terms of alcohol, generally it designated as ethanol. So in terms of stability, but relatively stable but sensitive to sunlight, because the presence of nitrogen, it cause to emit the toxic fumes of nitrogen oxide if even we heat it also. So storage, under storage, it is stored in tightly closed container to keep away from the moisture, as well as to prevent the sunlight penetration in this bottle. So we have to keep it in the amber color bottle. So next compound we are going to study, that is cotrimoxazole. So cotrimoxazole, this is a combination. Okay, so combination of trimethoprim and sulfamethoxazole in the ratio of 1:5. You have to remember the ratio, because in the competitive exam the composition as well as the ratio has been asked, as well as it going to be a important question for your further pharmacist exam or for any competitive exam you are going to face. So just remember the composition of cotrimoxazole, that is trimethoprim as well as sulfamethoxazole, but in the ratio of 1:5, and this is the fixed ratio dose combination. Okay. So what are the advantages of using cotrimoxazole among the other sulfonamides? Because the cotrimoxazole having a compound or having a drug of trimethoprim that bonds or that inhibit the next step of the biosynthesis process, in which process the folic acid synthesis stops. So here the mechanism of it, cotrimoxazole has been given, where the PABA, that is para-aminobenzoic acid, is along with the terazoate, with the help of dihydroterazoate synthesis, form dihydrofolic acid synthesis or folate. So sulfonamides blocks these steps, that is it has been crossed, and the next step is the dihydrofolic acid to tetrahydrofolic acid, that is mean the addition of two hydrogen, that is also reduction. So if the reaction is reduction, so the enzyme must be incorporated as dihydrofolate reductase. So using dihydrofolate reductase, trimethoprim blocks this step. So there is sequential blockage of two steps in single medication. So that is the advantages of cotrimoxazole over other sulfonamides, that made the cotrimoxazole as a bactericidal, whether the other compound in these sulfonamides are bacteriostatic. So they are final class of antibiotic, or the last class of antibiotic that has been used for bacterial infection. They are not used as a first line drug. So when there is antibiotic resistance, another to the sulfonamide or other antibiotic, then the cotrimoxazole has been used. So this is the introduction about cotrimoxazole. Now let's see the brand name. The brand name has been Cotrim, Cotriflo, Cotricare, Bactrim, and Cotrizole. They are the brand name that has been focused on the name of cotrimoxazole. So that's why the brand name are Cotrim, Cotriflo, Cotricare, Cotrizole, like this. The dosage form are injectables, tablet, suspension, and powder. So see that is the difference between the sulfonamide and the cotrimoxazole, that none of the sulfonamide has been used as injectables or as a parenteral formulation, but the cotrimoxazole has been used or widely used as injectables or the parenteral formulation. So this is very much useful for infection in meninges, in meningitis, as well as respiratory tract infection to treat the bronchitis, etc. Now we are going to see the uses. So it is used for certain bacterial infection like pneumonia as well as bronchitis. So these are generally respiratory tract infection that has been caused by gram positive bacteria, and you have already know that the sulfonamides are very much effective against gram positive bacteria rather than gram negative bacteria. It is also useful in vaginal irritation, that is the urinary tract infection. So it is useful in RTI as well as it is useful in UTI also. So it is also used in ear and intestine infection. The infection in intestine that has been called as enteric infection. So enterocolitis also caused this infection, or E. coli can also cause this infection. So it is also useful against E. coli infection also, and also useful in cholera and brucellosis. So cholera is a very much common uh, disease that has been caused by the fly, and brucellosis is a generally bacterial disease caused by brucella. It is simple, the skin condition or the pain of joints and knee, generally caused by the eating or consuming or drinking the unpasteurized milk. So the unpasteurized milk generally contain the bacteria brucella, and from this brucellosis can occur. So it is very much useful to know that we have always have to drink or have consumed the pasteurized milk or the boiled milk, that has been preventable for brucellosis. So in terms of properties, this is solid powder having a mass of 543 gram per mole. So the structure is bigger, and in terms of solubility, due to this bigger structure and more lipophilic portion, there is solubility has been less than the other sulfonamides, and you have to keep it away from heat and direct light. Along with that, we have to store it in the tightly closed container. So students, that's all for today's lecture. So in next class, we are going to start about the other chapter, that is anti-leprotic drugs. Hope you like the video. And if you have any queries, kindly comment on the comment section. Then I will try to resolve for you. Thank you. Thank you for your time.